Hi guys, how are you today? Listen, I just wanted to share a little word with you, just a bit of encouragement. I know a lot of us have been going through some things and it's been a little difficult, financially. I notice as I go through the different groups that, most people are talking about their finances, they're talking about health or something to do with a family member. And I just wanted to give a word of encouragement because Yahweh has been speaking something to me. And one of the things he's been talking to me about is operating with him in a different financial realm. Operating with him. And one of the things he asked me to do was to forget everything I know about prosperity, everything that I know concerning, the ways that we've been taught, aka in the traditional church, as to how to come by finances or resources. Sow a seed and give. And giving definitely is a part of it. You must do that. That's a principle that's not being disputed. But he simply asked me to understand that there is another dimension of financial heavenly support that comes out of the kingdom of heaven. And it's not something that is about works. People are always going to be involved in this process. And what I've come to understand is either he's asking you to be a blessing to somebody, or somebody somewhere has a need and he gives them an instruction, and that instruction includes you. What am I saying? Well, there are two examples that came to my mind. When we look about the story of the Magi's in Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 to 16, we all know the story about Yeshua. When he was a toddler, about 2 years old, the Magi's came looking for him. We don't know how many there were. The scripture doesn't tell us that there were 3. That's not there. They came from a long distance. Most historians would tell you it took them somewhere between 15 to 18 months to reach him. So they knew why they were going. What am I saying to you? There is somebody out there that's looking for you, that has the resources. Those Magi's came with gifts. They came with gifts in such a significant amount that it was able to sustain Yeshua and all those around him. I'm not about to dispute this with anybody. I'm just sharing something with you that he's given to me, and I'm trying to walk in it. And sometimes it takes us a while to make an adjustment or make a paradigm shift to what the Father is saying to us. When we go into the courts of heaven and we go before Melchizedek, who is the finance minister in heaven. If you don't know about the courts of heaven, just do a Google search and find out about it. But most of you that I'm speaking to understand. But what Yahweh is saying is that I'm trying to teach my people how to receive as well as to give. You have to give, yes, but I'm also teaching you how to receive from another dimension, from another place. What we see, let me give you the other scripture first. We look at Peter in the book of Matthew as well, Matthew 17, verses 24 to 27, about the temple tax and it needing to be paid, and they're being harassed and saying, does your master not pay the temple tax? Peter's frustrated. He comes and he discloses this information to Yeshua, and Yeshua gives him an instruction. The instruction is to go down to the river or the sea, and there's going to be a fish there that with a coin in its mouth that is going, and that coin, in other words, didn't say coins, it said a coin of enough value to take care of the expenses, to take care of the bill in modern day language. When we look at the story of the Magi's in Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 to 16, the instruction was not even given to Yeshua, who was a toddler. The instruction was given to his parents to go and be in a certain place. So my question to you today is, has there been an instruction that Yahweh has given you that you have not followed? Let me give you an example using myself. A couple months ago, because Yahweh has is teaching me to live in this environment. And therefore, I don't work in a secular job. This is my work. And I am sustained by this. But in this, he's also asked me not to charge people to listen to the gospel or to pay for resources. I mean, the gospel is free. I don't even want to get into that. I'm just doing what he asked me to do. And I'm sharing this with you so that you can apply it if it applies to you. Take it and see what it does for you. But what he said to me was, I needed some finances. And there's another scripture, I don't remember where it is right now, but it says, what is in your hand? Well, what was in my hand was, I make pepper sauces as well. And I had all of these bottles, but I wasn't able to make any of my sauces. You know, we had a hurricane last year and the economy was down, and there were not a lot of tourists here. So, but he says to me, what is in your hand? Well, where I was, there was significant damage. But in other parts of the Bahamas where somebody else was making pepper sauces, there was not that significant amount of damage. What was given to me in my meditation prayer time, what was given to me was, why don't you sell half of your bottles? So what I did is I put a post on, and remember, there's an instruction that has been given to you that maybe right now doesn't make any sense to you. It might even seem impossible for you to do. But what I'm telling you is be obedient to the instruction and watch what happens. I took a picture of my bottles. I uploaded it in the boxes. I had 2 different sizes, and I put it out there. Long story short, a few weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, I get a number showing up in my phone. I don't recognize it, and I was about to dismiss it because I normally don't answer from people I don't know. And so a voice said to me, answer that phone, answer that number. When I answered the number, it was a gentleman. He said, I sent you a message, but you never responded. So listen, he had been trying to reach me, and I had missed the first opportunity of him trying to reach me. And so then I had posted my phone number as well, and he called me. He called me, I'm telling you, in the same day that he called me, I sold him 27 cases of bottles. He lives in another island in the Bahamas. That put close to $1,000 in my hand. Now, we cannot think with a linear mind concerning operating on how we get our finances in this dimension. And we're also going to have to learn how to work with people. And when I say work with people, not just that people work for you, but that you and people come together in a collaborative way to do something that's for the benefit of the collective. Just putting it out there for you to try and work it. Today, again, I needed to take care of some bills. And today, $200 came into my hands that I was able to take care of what was necessary. I'm beginning to understand and to learn how to flow in this dimension that he's given us. Before in the past, you would put on a conference or you would do this. You would invite speakers to come in. And because of that, you're taxing the people because you got to bring people in. Why? Because they're making their living from the gospel. And I'm telling you, there is another way that he's trying to get us to understand. I don't fully understand it, but someone shared something with me today and yesterday and a few days ago. And it was in the arena again of needing finances, needing money. One of the things that I said to them was, listen, because they used the testimony of the fish. And, I was sitting with a friend and she had used the same testimony, so that showed up twice. What I'm saying is this. I said to the person, and I'm referring to myself in this statement as well, we need not to murmur or tell YHVH Yahweh how to meet our need, or how to bring the resource that we need to us. What I believe is this, that there were the Magi's who were in another country that were looking for the Messiah. So there's somebody looking for you. They were given an instruction in their country to come to Bethlehem to find the Messiah. The Messiah was 2 years old, but his parents, who had the charge and responsibility, were told to be in a certain place. And because they were following their instruction, the two met up. In other words, what I'm saying, there's somebody looking for you. There's somebody who has what you need. And what you need to be doing is simply listening, not for a 1, 2, 3, 4 process. Listening for an intuitive direction, something comes to you. It came to me in when I was praying and in meditation, I had a vision that says, why don't you sell some of your, half of your boxes? And that's what I did. Today, it was led to me to make a phone call. I did. Out of that, another phone call came to me and my need was met. And I'm grateful. And so I just wanted to encourage you today, and I just wanted to share that word with you. The fish was swimming in the water, but Peter was given an instruction. Let's step out of the frustration and ask the Father what resource or what opportunity or what individual, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to take? And then he will lead us where we need to be, where we need to go, and who we need to connect with. Blessings upon you today. Bye-bye.